What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And this is my rambling series. This is my vlogging series in which I do weight loss updates and life updates and channel updates and that kind of thing. If you're interested in that kind of thing, I hope you'll enjoy the video. If not, feel free to skip on to the next one. But this is the first rambling video I've done, I feel like in a couple of months. I'm not sure of the last one. Probably at least a month. Could have been 6 weeks. Could have been 2 or 3 months. I honestly don't know. This one I think is definitely overdue because if you're a big fan of the channel, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll notice that for the last 3 weeks, I've really not been updating. If you're a fan of my Twitch following, you'll know that I have not streamed in 3 weeks. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you'll know that I've been posting way less than I used to, maybe just like once or twice a day, generally fluffy, goofy stuff instead of personal stuff. And all of that is by design. So if you guys don't know this, over the last, I would say for the last year and a half, I have been constantly sticking my foot in my mouth. I have constantly been doing very stupid, idiotic things. I think the easiest explanation for this is I completely lost my mind. I could blame it on the stuff that I've been dealing with over the last couple of years with the gastric bypass surgery and the divorce and stuff like that. And those definitely played a major role. But basically, I just went completely nuts. And you guys have definitely seen some of that here on the YouTube channel. I'm not talking about the puppet stuff or the jokes or anything like that. If you follow me on Twitter, you definitely saw it on Twitter. If you watch my live streams, you definitely saw it on live streams. Between a combination of being completely mentally ill and saying just absurdly stupid stuff to my suicidal thoughts and my suicidal tendencies coming through, I feel like I must have hit rock bottom. So everyone, all of my fans, all of my friends, all of the other YouTubers I talked to said you need to take a break. My therapist as well, obviously. And that's something I'd never done before. After the gastric bypass surgery, I was making videos a week later. After the divorce, I was making videos during the divorce. I never really just took time off. My thought at the time was, I'm getting a lot of views, a lot of people watch my content, I'm making good money, so I should probably continue to get that ad revenue, continue to get those sponsor deals while I still can. When the views start to reduce, that's when I'll take the break. I didn't think that was going to take 2 years, but that's how long it took. Oh, camera, don't screw me like this, camera. Camera, focus. There we go. Okay. But finally, we are at that point where I don't get as many views, I don't have as many sponsors, and I probably was at my all-time craziest. I said something that at the time I genuinely think I meant. I compared internet haters, the kind of people who take clips out of context, the kind of people that attack you, the kind of people... If you look at the full clip, you'll see that I wasn't talking about the people who... I said, for the people who just don't like me or just don't like my content, I'm not talking about you. But regardless, there's no defending what I said. It was a very stupid thing. At the time, I was so paranoid, I was so anxious, I was so crazy, I believed it. I compared these people to Nazis and worse. Not that there's much worse than a Nazi, but a very stupid thing to do. And after doing that, I decided that I needed to take a break. So I got with my therapist, so the first thing we did was change medications. Second thing I did was start working very intensely with that therapist. Thirdly, I started eating better, which turns out to be a lot easier to do when I'm not as stressed about this job. Thirdly, I started exercising. I started walking every day, trying to get a couple of miles in, whether it's just walking through a store, whether it's just walking the dog, or whether it's getting on the treadmill, or whether it's swimming when I get an opportunity, joining a local gym. I visited a local gym. I think I'm going to join that local gym that's near my house as well because they have a saltwater pool. It's nice. And trying to get some of this weight off while at the same time working on the brain and getting the right medication out, or the bad medication out and the right medication in. So that's where I've mostly been for the last 3 weeks. I did have to go down to Dallas, Texas. I had like a prearranged deal where the Gearbox was having a launch party for Borderlands 3. They wanted to fly me down to come and visit, so I let them fly me down to come and visit. Spent a few days down in Dallas hanging out with people I love and swimming in a pool on a rooftop and doing that kind of stuff. I'm very fortunate to be able to do that kind of thing. But I'll tell you what's interesting about being crazy is for the longest time before the 3-week break, I was not able to enjoy these things. Mental illness is weird. Being crazy is weird. And I'm certainly still mentally ill. I'm certainly still crazy. Don't get me wrong. But the last 3 weeks has offered me a fair amount of perspective. And I realized people have been telling me this for a really long time. Not only did they tell me to take a break, but they also told me that I needed to change the way I was doing this job. And I don't necessarily mean the quality of the content. Obviously, that needs to change. I need to get better at editing. I need to get better at script writing. I need to get better at what I'm doing. I need to be faster. If I want to talk about gaming news, I need to be faster at it. That's all stuff I want to do in the future. But crying on Twitter and talking about my personal issues and talking about my personal stuff, and it just, it's not something you guys need to hear anymore, and it's not something I need to share anymore. So the last 3 weeks has been an exercise in learning to temper my relationship with the internet, learning to stay off of Twitter, even though I've tweeted a couple of times a day. It's generally just goofy, fluffy stuff. Posting to Instagram, just cool pictures, because it's hard to be an idiot when you're just posting pictures, right? And just learn to just, I don't know, not put as much stupid stuff out there so that there's less to be judged on, less to be taken out of context, less to be manipulated, and more importantly, less opportunities for my batshit craziness, where I'm suicidal, where I'm mentally ill, where I say and believe stupid shit to leak out. And I think this is a good methodology. I think focusing on the content that I want to create, less being more at this point, seeming okay, trying to make better quality content. I'm writing some scripts. I'm writing down some ideas. Yeah, some of it involves the puppet. Some of it does involve Francis. Some of it involves creating a storyline and following that storyline in a way that you guys know clearly is fake. Talking about gaming news, but not necessarily as negatively as I used to, but trying to talk about the positive stuff in gaming, which I don't care if it performs well or not. That's what I want to talk about. Borderlands 3, perfect example. I've been playing Borderlands 3 since a week before the launch. It's run perfectly on my older PC. I did have some bugs and stuff. And obviously people are crapping all over the game. But obviously Gearbox has been good to me. I'm going to give them full credit for that. Obviously I'm biased because I'm a Borderlands fan and have loved that game from the beginning of time. But I also wanted to put something positive on the internet about that game. Plenty of people are putting negative out there, and I can say the same stuff. The game is buggy. The game runs poorly on optimized machines. It's too heavy on CPU use. There's plenty. It's located at the Epic Store. There's plenty of bad things to say about Borderlands 3. I wanted to say something good. It gets you called a shill these days. It gets you called a sellout. I don't care. I don't care, because I wanted to put something good out of the world for a game franchise that I love. I've been playing that game 4 or 5 hours a day, every day, some days as much as 10 hours with my roommate, with my best friend. I've got 2 max level characters, almost max level characters. I beat the storyline twice. I'm working on it for the 3rd time. I wanted to share that love and that passion with you guys. So moving forward, I do want to get back to live streaming. Certainly not with the frequency that I was live streaming. But I do, when I'm excited to and I'm focused on a game and I know I'm mentally stable, I want to create that. Same thing with YouTube videos. On a day like today where I'm feeling pretty good and I know that I'm mentally well and I know that I've got something to say, I want to come in here and create a video. Hopefully more positivity. And I want to spend the majority of my time, instead of worrying about the internet, instead of tweeting, instead of this other stuff, doing what I've been doing over the last 3 weeks, which is getting exercise, getting therapy, getting medicated, eating better, and working on this. Because when I got gastric bypass surgery, so many people were excited to see me get more physically fit. I'm far from physically fit, still at 344 pounds. I actually haven't weighed myself since the break, about the first week of the break. So maybe I'm under 340, but I probably am not. I'm probably still about 344. But that said, some of you are excited to see me try to get into better shape. I would like to get the rest of the way into that shape. I think that only means like another 50 pounds to get under 300, but I look forward to doing that. On top of that, I think now is the time to finally start working on my mental health. I guess for the longest time, being a fat, crazy, weirdo neckbeard was my brand on the internet. That's a weird thing to say. It wasn't intentional. The fat part was, the crazy part was not. But now I don't want that to be my brand anymore. I want to get better. I want to get better in the public eye, and I want to share that better with you. So that's the plan moving forward. Well, hopefully that means some more physical weight loss. Hopefully that means some mental health. I have said this all a million times. I'm just trying something new this time to achieve it. And that's withdrawing from this lifestyle. You could call it a job. I call it a lifestyle because it consumes you. You wake up every day. You do this every day. You go to sleep doing it. You dream about it. You wake up the next day. You do it. People have made fun of me saying that I work 70, 80-hour work weeks, even though it's a very easy job. It is very time consuming. I certainly have not been working that over the last 3 weeks. I've been working 1-hour days. That's going to have to change because I still have a mortgage to pay. I still have rent to pay. I still need ad revenue. I still need to make videos to get that ad revenue. That's still something I need to do. But there's got to be a better balance because certainly what I was doing before this break was not working. Hopefully, as we wrap up this break and I slowly get back to things, hopefully I can strike that balance. So they say third time's the charm. This is my millionth time saying this. Let's see if I can deliver. I will tell you, in all honesty, this is the darkest thing I've probably ever uploaded to a YouTube video before. And I've uploaded some really dark stuff. 3 weeks ago, I woke up every day wanting to die. That's where my mental health was. Now, 3 weeks later, I'm in a position where I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying the simple stuff like walking my dog, or getting some exercise, playing video games with a friend, enjoying the luxury that I am so fortunate to have, this nice house, some money in the bank, ad revenue coming in, being able to express myself and get paid to do it. And that's just 3 weeks of work. Let's see what another 3 weeks can achieve. But I think this is the first time in certainly 2 years since gastric bypass surgery, but maybe longer, that I have been happy to wake up when I wake up. I've been happy to be alive. That's progress. I know that's not a kind of progress you can put into a YouTube video. That's not the kind of progress I can show you. I can't show you how I feel. But maybe we can get this body to match the mental stuff too, and we'll see. Maybe I can show you that. But whew, you guys are right. I mean, I think a lot of people wanted me to get committed. I think, which certainly was an option, and it was an option we discussed, but it was not an option that we were willing to go through. Very one-on-one personal clinical care, and that might be something I still need to do for the food addiction. For the mental stuff, though, what we're doing works. So I hope you guys can trust me. Hopefully I can make some much better content in the next couple of days. Hopefully I'll upload something good. And I do hope to return to live stream for at least a short stream later this week. So for those of you who are counting on that, no, I'll be back when I can. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much. And I'll speak with you again soon. Boy, I hope I didn't say anything stupid in this video.